We'll start swinging our attention now towards the game of basketball and student athletes. We have one special guest with us here this morning, actually more than one, but Chris, you study the game a lot, you see the NBA level a lot, you know what translates from college to the NBA. What's your take right now on just a college athlete and what it takes to be successful at that level?
Well, obviously today, I think there's more pressure and it's more challenging for athletes at the professional or collegiate level than it's ever been. I mean, you can talk about the athleticism and just the analytics and how that's changed the game, technology, but also the scrutiny. Even collegiate athletes are under more scrutiny than ever. Traditional media covers them more often and harder than they ever have in the past. And then you have the pressures of social media as well. So it takes a lot for athletes at the collegiate level to be both students and athletes. The time management skills, I think, have to be tremendous to really do well in your classwork as well as on the court. So I'm really impressed with any of these collegiate athletes at the Division I level who excel.
One of those young men that handled all those things extremely well, right here in Minnesota as a junior, he tied Tim Duncan's NCAA record for the most consecutive double-doubles to start a season. He had 17 games of double-doubles in a row, a three-time All-Big Ten honoree. He's Minnesota's all-time leading rebounder, number 2 all-time in the Big Ten, which is known as a physical rebounding big boy basketball league. Here to tell us about his experience, one of the elite players in college basketball this year, please welcome Minnesota's Jordan Murphy.
How you doing, Jordan? Good to meet you.
Hey, buddy, grab one of those mics. Yeah. I asked him earlier how many rebounds has he already gotten this morning just walking over to the event. I'm sure guys like that, Coach Beilein, they get rebounds when they wake up, don't they? You just wake up and grab 3 or 4 in the hotel lobby. Yeah. So just think, I'm going to talk basketball just for a second. Now I want you to tell your story a little bit to us, but here you are, the leading rebounder in the Big Ten, in a league that's known as physical, tough, hard-nosed, eat glass type guys. What allowed you to get all those rebounds in your career?
I think it all started with my dad. I mean, he's always pounded rebounds to my mind, and since I was a little kid, obviously I was in middle school. He's like, rebound the ball, rebound the ball, rebound the ball, and I'm just in middle school, so it's just like wow, like just take it a little easier. But you know, in all seriousness, yeah, I mean, he used to take me out to the park and do rebounding drills, and that's not something you usually see for a little kid to start doing. So he really instilled it in me at a young age.
Well done.
You're not a very big guy. I mean, relatively speaking. Mm-hmm. You know, it was 6'5", 6'6". They list you at 6'6". I saw that, but I just stood next to you. I don't know. But, I mean, you're out-rebounding so many bigger guys. Do you think guys, like, slight you because they see, oh, he's not a 7-footer, he's not 6'8", 6'10"? He's not going to be able to out-rebound me?
I think so. I think I'm a little underestimated sometimes when people stand next to me in my stature and stuff like that. I think that's definitely something that that goes through the opponent's heads sometimes.
How long would it take me to grow my hair like yours?
This actually is 4 years in the making, actually. I stopped getting haircuts during the season, so I think one of our managers here, Colin, can pretty much attest to that, so I'm never getting a haircut. So.
Y'all come back 4 years from now, that's going to be me. I'm going to follow your lead.
Now, you played 4 years. What's next for you? Like, what are some of your immediate goals, you know, after school?
Obviously, everyone's dream is to make the NBA and just play professionally. And I think some of my immediate goals are just making sure my family's taken care of and making it to the point where I can just help them out.
I want to ask you, rebounding has been your forte. I mean, you score as well. Do you ever look at a guy like a Dennis Rodman or study any of his game film? Because he was an undersized guy who's one of the best rebounders in NBA history.
I think once I got to college, that was one of the people that I usually studied a lot. Him and Draymond Green obviously are around my size and around my stature. So just studying what they do rebounding-wise and seeing how they play was something that's really helped me in my college career.
Jordan, your path to where you are now it's unique, it's different. Tell us your story, please.
So all throughout high school, I mean, I pretty much was bouncing around from home to home. I never really had like a true childhood home, which where I was where I grew up at, and most of it was spent like in financial trouble, and we were homeless for a really long time. And I remember the day where my dad picked me up from basketball practice one day. It was just like he was like crying, and I was like wondering what was wrong. And I mean, yeah, he had told me that we got kicked out of like where we were living, and we got evicted, and it was just something where I was just like in shock because it's not something that you think could happen to you, but I mean, it pretty much can happen to anybody.
How do you think that taught you perseverance? And obviously that's a tragic story, but I'm sure you took some positives out of that, and that's guided you through your life. How has that helped you in college and other ways of life?
I think it just taught me how to work harder. I mean, just do it for the people that are behind you. Obviously, your family, you want to do it for them. Make sure that you're making them proud and doing what you need to do. You don't really want to mess around, and you really don't want to make them not proud of you, and just make sure you're doing what you need to.
What would the Jordan Murphy now tell the Jordan Murphy when you were in the 5th or 6th grade, if you could look back and tell him what?
I would just tell him to keep working hard. Obviously, everything's going to work out for the best, and just keep your head down. Just don't pay attention to what people are saying. Don't pay attention to the doubters or anything like that. Just keep doing what you got to do, and do it for the people behind you, and do it for your sisters, your mom, your dad, and then you'll be fine.
You've played against a lot of teams. Michigan State's in the Final Four. Mm-hmm. To beat Michigan State, what do you have to do? What are they best at?
Well, obviously you have to try to out-rebound them, which is not an easy task by any means, but you have to at least try to out-rebound them. That's the first thing. You also have to guard Cassius Winston very, very carefully. Obviously, he's a tremendous player who runs their team very, very well. And you also have to find a way past their defense. Their defense is one of their stabling points, and that's something that they really hang their hat on, so you have to find a way to get past that.
Last thing, Jordan, because they're representing the Big Ten, are you pulling for Michigan State?
Oh, for sure, obviously. So I hope they win it all for real.
All right. Jordan, I know I speak on behalf of all of us here. We love hearing stories of guys that overcome and adversity and just having a will to win in anything you do. And you are that. You are that. And I know Minneapolis, St. Paul area, and the Gopher family is really, really proud of Jordan Murphy and what he's done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. I wish you the best of luck. Best of luck. Hey, a lot of guys make money.